It's so important. So very important. Man, I hate this when I always gotta yell. But anyway, it's so very important for you to stand up for yourself. I'm talking about when the situation actually happens. Because I'm gonna tell you, this is what's gonna happen. And I'm specifically talking about your family and friends and the people that's close to you. If they got some ratchet ways about them, like for instance, you grow up in a family that they not used to sharing love with each other. And so therefore, you allow yourself to not get what you know you deserve because they're talking about, well, my family never gave it to me, so you don't get it. So you fall for that, right? You go for that stuff, right? I mean, this even happens with your mother and father, and sometimes even with the people you in a relationship with. Maybe their family, they come from a family where they didn't show much affection. So what do you think they're going to do to you? Sometimes these people come from a family that gaslight each other. So what do you think they're going to do to you? So you say to yourself, well, they got some good qualities, or maybe it's not even that deep. Maybe you just don't feel like you have the right or a voice because they're taking care of you financially, or they provide a home for you. So therefore, you don't feel like you have a right to say anything about the emotional needs that you have, right? So you do that, right? You deal with it. You don't say anything. There's going to come a time where you're going to be fed up with how people are treating you. But it may be that it's been so many years that you've been putting up with being treated less than what you are, that they condition you to accept that. So this all starts with your family, right? So when you go out into the world, and listen, by the time you do speak up for yourself, these people are going to be looking at you like you crazy. Because you let it go so long that these people have actually forgotten all the things that they did to you and said to you that were disrespectful, that were not right. You have family members sometimes that all they will do is point out the things you do wrong. They ready to jump down your throat when you do something wrong, but when you do something right, they never go out of their way to let you know that you did something good. They talk to you when they think that you think you all that or something, to put you down and put you in your place. But if you do something good, nobody is calling you saying, yo, way to go. I saw that. That's good what you did. Never. And when you get mad because you see what they're doing, sometimes it take a long time. Like for me, I always been the type of person that in the moment, when somebody is in the moment doing me wrong, I let it slide. Because the whole thing is I know myself, and sometimes because of the trauma from family and stuff like that, I'll overreact. So therefore, I make sure first that it's not me. So that takes me some time to process. And when you do that, people think that that means that it's okay, that they got away with it. And then before you know it, they've been doing so much stuff that they forgot what they did to you. Or either they're going to act like they didn't do nothing to you, but they know that they did. In the time, they did it on purpose. So, especially among relationships, people will test you to see what they can get away with, especially if you're dealing with somebody younger than you. Young people, that's players and stuff like that, they'll test you to see what they can get away with. So here's the thing, and then you let it slide because you want to think about it for a second, for a while. And then after a while, you got so much other stuff that you're dealing with, you let it go. But here's the problem with letting it go. These people will treat you. By the time you come around and you say, you know what, you did that to me, and that was jacked up, and you get on them about it, they're going to look at you like something wrong with you. You know why? Because you're the one that let so much stuff slide that you trained them that all of this is okay. And what that does is that makes them feel like they haven't done nothing. That makes them feel like they haven't done a thing. So by the time you do get fed up and you do say something about it, they're looking at you like something is wrong with you. Like you should just let it go, like you have been letting it go. And if you don't let it go, you got to get out. You know what I'm saying? You can't stay here. You can't be around us. We're going to talk about you like a dog and say, oh, man, you must be crazy. There's something wrong with him. I don't know what's going on with him. But they know that they have been mistreating you and disrespecting you. They trained you to accept it. They have been working on you, training you to accept this. And when you do not accept it anymore, they start telling the rest of the family that something's wrong with you. But they will never take responsibility for it. So see, this is the reason why it is so important for you to address the situation as soon as you see it. I'm telling you, though, the longer you let it go, these people are going to think it's okay to do it. And they're going to start to feel like they haven't done nothing wrong to you. But I guarantee you, they're not going to do that to you. I guarantee you, as soon as you do something wrong, they're going to come out the woodwork. And they're talking about you behind your back and everything else, about everything that you did wrong. But they ain't going to spend too much time at all talking about the things that you did right. They're not going to talk about, they're not going to be worried about when you're elevating. When you see them and you've elevated, they're not going to say nothing about it. I have an older cousin, 2 of them to this day, that if they see me, that molested me when I was between 6 and 9 years old. And to this day, when they see me, they will not say anything about it. Matter of fact, they have a nerve to, if we get into an argument, to cut me off. And they don't even deserve for me to even talk to them. Like this is the crazy stuff. But once you let things go for so long and you don't speak up for yourself, people will actually start to live their lives like they ain't never did nothing to you. And then have a nerve to cuss you out, talk to you crazy, and here these people done molested me when I was a kid. Like, this is the craziness. This is the craziness. So I have to blame myself because I was the one. Well, actually, when it came to the molestation, I tried to speak up for myself to my family. I tried to, and they just ignored me. So what was I supposed to do? But what I did do is I accepted them back, though, and I shouldn't have accepted them back. I shouldn't have accepted them in my life. My one cousin, he done come to my house and tried to team up with somebody to fight with me, all this other stuff later in my life, trying to start fights with me and everything like this. This dude done had me sitting on his lap and everything when I was a real little kid, when I was 6 years old, grinding on him. And he has the nerve to do that. Like, this is the type of people, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. So what I'm saying, the reason why I'm mentioning this is because it is so very important to speak up for yourself. And not only to speak up for yourself, but when you see that these people will not take responsibility for the things that they've done, you cut them off and you don't look back. You cut them straight off. You don't look back. You don't deal with them again. You don't talk to them again, because they're going to treat you like they didn't do nothing and then talk about you. I got a father who was never there for me. And then in the last 3 years, after I'm in my late 40s, he does a couple things for me and expects that I owe him something. The man terrorized me when I was younger because he was sick. I watched him beat my mother growing up. And to this day, he try to act like I didn't never see that, like something's wrong with me. I've been dealing with that stuff all my life. The fact that I've been wanting the respect of a father who's never been there for me ever, who's living his life like he ain't never did nothing wrong. And then when he does decide to help me when I'm in my late 40s, He acts like I owe him something. And has the nerve to talk about me behind my back like I did something to him. This is the type of people. Like, and part of it is because I forgave him and accepted him. I gave him another chance. And when you do that, they don't see it like you giving them another chance. Giving people another chance sometimes looks like I will reach out to them for help. You know what I'm saying? When I need it. That's actually giving them another chance. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have a right for me to reach out. I should have never reached out to them for nothing. I should have never been around them for nothing. But I reached out to my father for help when I needed it. And he's looking at it like he's giving me a chance. No, I'm giving him a chance to still be my father. You see? But they don't look at it that way. They don't look at it that way. My ex-wife did me dirty, cheated on me, did all types of things behind my back. And I called her up. And I said, why don't we try this again? Instead of her looking at the fact that she did me dirty and was doing me dirty and still was while I was talking to her doing me dirty, and I gave her a chance, she didn't look at it like that. She looked at it like she was giving me a chance. See, this is the craziness. This is the craziness of accepting people's bullshit. When you accept people's bullshit, they treat you like they didn't do shit. And then they turn around and they act like you did something. It gives them a pass. That's what it does. It gives them a pass to be able to do whatever they want to do to you without feeling like they did anything wrong. You have to address people when they start to do something. I don't care. If you see something that don't seem right, if they say something that don't seem right, if they do a little sly remark in your face and laugh it off and act like they was just playing, no, hold on. I heard what you just said right there, right? Now, I'm not even going to explain to you how that makes me feel right now, right? But we ain't doing that. You're not going to do that no more. And I don't give a damn if they get mad or whatever, because the reason why they get mad is because they want you to continue to accept anything. You trained them. If you'd have cut that stuff off from the jump, they would have never, ever been able to feel like they could do that. They wouldn't even been in your energy. They would have ran away from you. They'd like, oh, F you, man. You petty. I ain't want to deal with you no more. Well, go ahead. See you later. Bye. If that's the price of being connected to you, they gotta deal with your little bull crap, your little toxic stuff that you give other people. If that's the price, that's too expensive for me. I got enough on my plate to have family members around me that's my enemies secretly, that want to throw jabs and stab me in the back secretly. I got enough on my plate. See, so what I'm trying to say is it's very important, very, very important to nip shit in the bud, to cut it off as soon as it gets started. To not give them any room to play with you. Not a family member, not a mother, not a father, not a child, not a cousin, not a friend, not even a boss. Not even your boss. Cut them all off from the jump. Address it from the door. Because I'm telling you, you will pay for that. You will pay for that later on. People will get used to and comfortable with you taking anything. And then they're going to turn around and act like they didn't do nothing or say nothing that was incorrect. They're doing so much they forgot how much they done to you. But they won't forget what you do to them after you get tired and you get fed up with how they treating you and your attitude changed towards them. I guarantee you, they're going to play the victim like they ain't never been a victim in the world. They're going to play the victim so hard, it's crazy. And you sitting there looking like, for years I've been putting up with your bull crap. It's the most ridiculous thing, man. Sometimes you got to get to the point where you say, no more, no more, no more from none of y'all, And you got to find, like, you look around you and you find that you ain't did nothing but attract toxic people to you. And it's because your family been training you to like toxic people because you love them and they all toxic. So who you going to want to who you going to gravitate to? You're going to gravitate to the people that you known all your life, and that type of people. You got to change the type of people, and you can't do that if you're not willing to stand up for yourself and let go some people, to lose some people. I mean, are you really losing somebody if you losing a toxic person in your life? Think about it. Are you really losing somebody if you lose a toxic person in your life? Whether it's a wife or a husband, whether it's a friend, whether it's a family member, whether it is a son or a daughter. Are you really losing somebody if all they want to do is make you feel bad about yourself, make you feel like something's wrong with you, and make you feel like you are inadequate and not enough, and they never give you any support for anything good that you've done, and the only thing that they want to do is talk about the things that you're not doing right. And when you do make a come up, they ain't got nothing good to say about it. They waiting for you to fall so that they can talk about you and laugh. And why do they do it? Because you had the nerve one day to stand up for yourself to them. I'm talking about, man, people are so crazy and twisted and mixed up, and they know that they are. They don't deserve you. They never did. They don't deserve to know you, to be around you, or anything like that. And when you look at their families, their whole families is jacked up too. You can look at them. You can continue to be a part of that, or you can move on. Believe in something greater than yourself and build a life for yourself that's completely different than any of them people, any of them. I had to just say, and it was when I met this woman that did the worst things to me that anyone could do to me, that pushed me over the edge. And from that, the catalyst to cut everybody off. That was the last straw. And sometimes you got to get pushed into your purpose. But when you do, don't look back. But never let them take your heart. Never let them take your soul. And never worry about people that misunderstand where you're coming from. It's going to be people that hear me talking about this stuff, and the only thing they thinking in their mind is he holding a grudge, he's not healed, he's not this and that. But from my standpoint, from understanding that God is in my life that helped me survive this stuff, what would he allow me to go through this stuff for? Why would he allow me to be born into a family of narcissists and crazy toxic people who would allow other family members to molest me, and when I say something about it, not do anything about it? And just walk around, constantly. My mother, only thing that she would talk about is the things I was doing to bother her, but she never went and had a meeting with the family or my father or my aunts about, hold on, what did y'all do to my nephew? What did y'all do to my son? What did y'all do to my daughter? They don't do that. They don't do that. So you already know who's with you. And you come out and you talk about something, oh no, the disgrace and the embarrassment that they're going to feel by you talking about something is more important than the disgrace and embarrassment they feel about what they've allowed their family members to do to you. They rather disconnect themselves from you and disassociate from you. And they're the ones, while you're the one that survived everything. You're the one that had to be your own cheerleader all your life. You're the one that had to look at your own accomplishments and be the only one to say good job. Strangers give you more respect and more love than the people that's in your family. And they got a nerve to say you owe them something. to laugh at your downfall, to watch you go through trials and hardships and never extend a helping hand at all. And they'll say something like, shoot, you grown, I don't need to help you. This the same people that molested you when you were 6 years old. Good Lord. It just don't even make sense. But the only way that it makes sense is that God was trying to teach you. You should have never put up with that. As soon as you became to an age of a sound mind, you should have separated from them, never spoke to them again, moved on with your life, and realized that you need to be in search of a new family. Some people are just your relatives. They're not your family. Relatives are just people that you are born into a blood tie with, and you don't have no choice. And relatives are capable of doing anything to you. Family love you, supports you, care for you, care about your struggles, your pains, your hurts, your hardships. They want to. Family will have a spiritual connection with you. They want to listen to what you're going through, and they want to help you because they understand that that's part of love, and love just wants to give. That's all love wants to do. It wants to give. It wants to help. It wants to nurture. It wants to bring security. It wants to bring peace. It wants to bring confidence, courage. It wants to bring power, empower the people that have been hurt and done wrong. It does not want to say, well, you grown now, I ain't got nothing to do with you. Or it doesn't say, well, my parents never did that to me, so I'm not doing it for you. Love doesn't do that. Love doesn't say things like that. Love doesn't say, well, you know, that's not your house. That's you know what I mean? That's you and your brother's house. But they don't know what's going on, and that my mother wanted me to have it. They don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Love doesn't say that. Love doesn't do those things. Love doesn't talk about people behind their back and in your family that claim to love you. Love doesn't try to purposely misunderstand you. Love doesn't judge you and they ain't been around you for years. Love doesn't molest you and then act like they have a right to disrespect you or get somebody to attack you behind your back because you stand up to them. And they're your blood family. Love doesn't sleep with your wife. Love doesn't do that. Love doesn't do that. So this ain't about me hurting. You can ignore all the positive things that I talk about and everything like that, and the times where I'm laughing and have a good time. You can ignore all that all you want to and key on the negative stuff and decide to judge me for that all you want to. But real recognize real. And if you're judging me like that, I guarantee you're not real. You can't see it. The reason why I went through this pain and everything like that, and I speak with this passion, first of all, I'm a Scorpio. That's all we do. We speak, everything we do is with passion, and people misunderstand our passion for pain or like we're angry or something like that. And no, I'm not angry. I'm fed up. I'm confident and secure in the direction I'm going as I depend on God and have faith that I'm moving in the right direction. But I also know that I went through this stuff so that I could share this stuff with other people that are going through the same thing, that may not have the strength right now in order to defeat those enemies that are sleeping with them, that are living with them, that are around them every day, that have been gaslighting them, have been making them feel like they're not good enough. So when they go out there and they meet someone that really wants to love them, they don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it. They're fearful. They're afraid. And if somebody is not punching them in the face or beating them up or fighting with them or trying to put them in jail, they think that somebody don't love them. Or having sex with them, just want them for sex. Some people out here like think that that's love. Their family did that to them, made them feel that way. And many of y'all watching are those family members. So I understand why you won't like what I have to say, because you are the type of people that are doing that to people, that have done that to people. And you kind of feel bad, and you've been fighting against looking at yourself for a long time. Well, you might as well cut me off, because I'm going to put you on blast. Because the only reason why y'all are able to do the things y'all do is because God has chosen you to build warriors, to be the friction that builds a warrior, to be the obstacle that builds a cannon. You're part of the pieces that make someone get up one day and say, watch me live my best life. Watch me show all of y'all that y'all got me twisted. Y'all got it effed up. In fact, the places I'm going and the rooms I'm going to be in and the people that I'm going to be around, y'all could never be around. Y'all never going to be in them places. They're looking down on you, and they're not even half the person you are. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I love y'all. I'm talking about the real ones. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all know who I'm talking to. And all the other ones, if you think I'm talking about you, if the shoe fits, put it on. Treat people good, give God his props, and be your authentic self regardless of what anybody thinks. Keep on watching, because pretty soon you're going to see. And you're going to be upset at what you see. Because you're going to see a falling star that you celebrated about falling rise again. And through my rising, and through the people like me rising, people are going to believe that God is real. And that's the whole reason why I know I'm going to rise again, because I rep him to the fullest, and he knows I'm going to give him the glory. So I know that I know that the riches are coming. I know that the love is coming. I know that the power is coming. It's coming because God knows that I'm going to give him the glory. And there are going to be some people that are going to come to him. Hey, what's up, bro? From what they see. Y'all have a good day. And you already know what it is. One.